What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week's Big 12 power rankings. We've got some shakeups after some upsets last week, so let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off at the bottom, better luck next year. So all these teams are completely out of the Big 12 title race. Baylor, Oklahoma State, Kansas, UCF, Arizona, Utah, Houston, and TCU, all better luck next year. Then we've got, so you're telling me there's a chance. So these are teams with 2 losses right now that aren't quite in contender status, but with a little chaos, with a few upsets, could easily jump up. So we've got Cincinnati, Arizona State, Texas Tech, and West Virginia. So if you were to ask me who are the 2 teams in this category that I think could jump up, it would be Tech and West Virginia. Tech had some disappointing games. You know, they lost to TCU and Baylor, but I think they're a pretty good football team. I mean, they beat Iowa State, but at times they've just struggled this year in weird places. I thought they'd be a lot better this year, so they could move up. As for West Virginia, they've only lost to the pretty good teams in the conference. They lost to Penn State out of conference. West Virginia is a solid team, I think. All right, as for the contenders, so these are all the teams that I think are legitimate contenders. Now, minus Kansas State, we'll start with them first. They are the only team that has 2 losses in conference play in this one. The other ones have 1 loss. Kansas State lost that game to Houston this week, and it was one of those where it's just weather related, I think. Rainy situation in Houston definitely played a factor there, I think. So I think Kansas State is okay if they just play it out. If they win out, they'll get a chance to play Iowa State that last week. That could have some serious implications for the championship. All right, speaking of Iowa State, they are still in the contender status despite losing this week. Now, that kind of, I think, ruined the Big 12's chance of having 2 teams in the playoff. Their best shot was Iowa State and BYU going undefeated, and then the loser and the winner of the championship getting in. But Iowa State with 1 loss, they do have a win over Iowa out of conference, so they're a solid team, but didn't really leave themselves any wiggle room now going forward. Colorado, they are kind of elevating up here. They have 1 loss. All right, they have lost to Kansas State. Them and Iowa State don't play each other, so I don't know what exactly the tiebreaker will be if that situation happens. But as of right now, them and Iowa State are in second. Then the favorite right now, they are the only undefeated team left, BYU. BYU has looked pretty solid this year. They have a win over SMU out of conference that looks better and better each week. Now, similar with Iowa State, how they've kind of had these close games the past few weeks, and if you keep flirting with it, eventually it's going to come back and bite you. And so BYU is going to really have to turn on the Jets here to probably stop winning by so little and kind of just putting it on teams instead like they did against Kansas State. But these are my current Big 12 power rankings. What would you change? Let me know down in the comment section. Subscribe for more.